thank you, too, for agreeing to represent him.
Didn't have much choice with Jake being out of town.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they found Lucy.
Still stand to lose a great deal of money. God, I should have my head examined for ever agreeing to put up bail for that woman.
I'm sure something will be worked out. By the time we get back to Port Charles, Briscoe and Jake will have her behind bars.
What did they say, sister? From her mouth to God's ears?
Something like that. You all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I just, I'm worried about Duke. I want everything to work out for him.
That's what we all want. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, this feeling that after today, all our problems will be behind us.
Aren't you being a little premature?
No, I'm not. I know we're going to be together from now on.
I wish I could match your confidence.
You can do better than that. You got me.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for all you're doing. Thank you.
See? Nothing to worry about. We're going to have that life we dreamed about, I promise. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, but you're right. The thing is that this is a team, and I ought to be there to help you.
You've got your hands full, and there's nothing more we can do.
How could they both disappear?
This has got to be Lucy's doing. Jake said he was bringing her back to Port Charles.
All right. I want an interstate APB put out if they're not found in the next 2 hours.
I thought I'd wait until the reports came back from the New York hospitals. They're running a check on their John Doe patients.
I don't know whether we should wait.
I think we owe it to Jake. He must know what he's doing.
What if he's hurt?
Well, what's happening with Duke's parole?
We're still waiting. He hasn't gone in for the hearing yet. I'll call you as soon as I know.
You tell him that we're all pulling for him.
Thank you. I'll call you later.
Anna, you hang in there.
Thank you. Briscoe wanted me to tell you that all your friends in Port Charles are rooting for you.
I'm very lucky to have friends like Frisco Felicia. I'm not too sure that I deserve them at this point.
Yes, you do.
That's not true, Duke.
Well, I appreciate all the support, and I could use all the good wishes that I get. But if the board don't grant me parole, I'll have to wait 3 months more to get another hearing.
Brett says all those letters of recommendation are going to make a big difference with the board.
I'm not sure the letters are enough, Anna.
What do you think, Mr. Madison?
I've been studying Duke's case. See no real reason why the board should vote against him.
You see?
But we have to keep in mind that Duke has only served a few weeks of his original sentence.
Oh, can't you make the board realize that the longer they keep him here, the more chance of him being killed?
I'll do my best, but some of our more conservative politicians are bound to start screaming if he's released too soon.
Would they rather see an innocent man die?
I'm not innocent, Camellia.
In God's eyes, you're innocent.
How'd it go?
I don't know. They're a tough crowd. Gotta wait for a decision.
Well, what do you think the decision's going to be?
I think this time I'm gonna make parole.
Good luck.
What's he in for?
He killed a shopkeeper in the middle of an armed robbery.
You see, and he's up for parole.
Would you think I have a good chance?
Yes, I do. I think you're more deserving. Besides, Robin and I need you.
Well, it is so good to be needed.
We're ready for you, Ace.
Hope everything
Your fingers
works.
crossed, pal.
Okay, good luck, man.
Anyone who takes another man's life should be punished.
We all have our faults, Camellia. Who among us has the right to decide another man's fate?
Robin, she wants me to tell you that she can't wait for you to see her skating. She's been practicing every afternoon with Sam.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What about her bagpipe playing, husband?
Oh, well, we're on hiatus.
What, is she tired of it already?
No, it's just that I told her it was it's a summer recreation, really. Can't bear it anymore.
Things don't look good.
This case is totally different to yours. Totally.
They're ready for you, Lavery.
I'm going to be waiting right here.
I'll be praying for you, Duke.
Say a couple from me, sister. Got a feeling I'm going to need all the help I can get.
Thank Good luck.
As you can see from the copies of letters of recommendation, Mr. Lavery has proven to be an exemplary resident of our institution. And as I wrote in my letter, I wholeheartedly recommend to the board that you approve his parole.
Well, thank you, Ward. Mr. Madison, is there anything else you'd care to tell the board before it makes its decision?
My client's record stands on its own merit. He saved former Police Commissioner Scorpio's life, and he was instrumental in breaking the mob's stronghold on Port Charles. True, he made a few mistakes in getting involved with these people in the first place. But Mr. Lavery realized the situation had to change, and he put his foot down, risking his own life in the process.
The documents you prepared are very thorough, Mr. Madison. I don't think any of us will have any trouble in saying that Mr. Lavery has already made a strong effort to change.
I don't think that's enough. This isn't about making an effort. We have an obligation to the people of this state. And I know they don't want criminals of this life on the streets. How's it going to look if he's released after only serving a few weeks of his sentence?
Mr. Lavery is no common street criminal. He was just another of the mob's many victims. You or I could have found ourselves in the same situation.
I doubt it. And I doubt if you and I would have wound up owning 6 nightclubs for the benefit of the mob either.
May I say something?
Of course.
I have made many mistakes. 2 greatest mistakes I made in my life were letting the mob get a hold of me and not putting a stop to it sooner than I did. There are 3 things you must consider before you grant parole. The first is a clear understanding and admission of my guilt. The second is an examination of my prison record. And the third area is my rehabilitation and plans for the future. Now, it seems to me that this is the one area we've scarcely covered. I plan to repay my debt in full to the people and to the state. I also plan to get married and raise a family. I have absolutely no intention of jeopardizing my family or its reputation. I've been very, very lucky. I'm surrounded by some wonderful people. These people they've gone out on a limb for me more than once. I've no intention of ever letting them down. Not ever.
Thank you, Mr. Lavery. Mr. Madison, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir. I think Mr. Lavery very, very eloquently summarized his case. Nothing more I could add.
The guard will escort you into the corridor while we deliberate. It should only take a few minutes.
Thank you.
What do they decide?
Nothing yet. They've asked us to wait outside while they make up their mind.
How does it look?
I think Duke has a very good chance of making parole.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. They didn't seem to be too convinced by me.
A couple of them gave you a hard time, but that's to be expected. I think you may have changed their minds in that closing speech.
Now, you've not to set your hopes too high. You could be in for a major disappointment.
I can't believe after all this they'll keep you in here.
Duke, Brett, I need you back inside. They've reached their decision. Duke.
What happened?
I think Duke should be the one to tell you.
Well?
I'm free.
You work out for us.
I don't think Duke shared your confidence. Should have seen his face when the parole board gave him the news.
I'm very happy for you, Duke. For both of you.
Thank you, Camille.
And not only did the board grant your brother parole, but they gave him special permission to go to Canada with you to bury Mr. Mackay.
That's right.
I'm very grateful. Father would have wanted Duke to be there.